Before the achievements, before the celebrations, here's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Snow on the ground, a cold, brisk wind, and high spirits here in Adrian. We are live inside the Arrington Ice Arena for game number 2 of this weekend series between the Hiram College Terriers and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by Sean Whitmer. Happy to have you all join us here this afternoon on ACTV. Well, I think we can state the obvious. A big win yesterday for the Bulldogs, 10-0 after 60 minutes. From start to finish, absolutely dominated over the Terriers, showing why the Bulldogs are the superior dog.
Yeah, and I had the privilege of calling that game yesterday. Bulldogs looked almost perfect on the ice. The one thing you'd like to see them maybe improve on a little bit is just the breakaway opportunities. They kind of squandered some. They capitalized on, I believe, one of them, but would like to see them pick up more of that pace as they move into a lot more tough competition upcoming, as we'll talk about later.
Well, after yesterday's win, they improved to 9-2-0 on the season. They're now ranked the number 2 team in the national poll, right behind the 3-time defending national champs Hobart College. They are also, which is even more important, now tied with St. Norbert for first place in the NCAA contest. Bulldogs got a little bit lucky with the scheduling with St. Norbert last weekend. They played against Trine and won in overtime in a shootout, so they didn't get all the points that they could have gotten, which opened up a little bit of a window for the Bulldogs to mosey their way in. But we talk about yesterday's game. Bulldogs outshot the Terriers 75-13, and we saw 9 different goal scorers, and we'll read them out for you. You had Anthony Malika for 2, Ryan Vellucci, Ryder Nienhaus, Brad Summers. We had Nico Hannison, Anton Sorensen, David Clark, Frank Tefelsky, and Lucas Deeb. Ryan Piros had 8 saves before splitting the game with Nolan Suggs, who had 5 saves. I mean, really, start to finish. They just dominated.
Yeah, and it was an interesting moment when they decided to pull Piros. It was kind of confusing. They had pulled the netminder off to the side due to a penalty, and were just getting that extra player on the ice. And then the next time that they bring a netminder out, it was Suggs, and it just kind of threw myself and Michael Schubeck off in the booth, we were a little confused as to the netminder change just because we weren't expecting it. It didn't come at a stoppage. It came due to a Piros racing off the ice because of a delayed penalty.
Right, and it's the smart thing to split that game between Piros and Suggs just to get everybody some action. And speaking of goaltenders today, as we'll talk about it once we look at our starting lineups too, Jackson Bernard's going to get the start here for Adrian College, which is certainly a big moment for him. But, I mean, looking ahead really for the Bulldogs, the focus should be finish this game out clean, wrap up semester one on a high note, but you got to shift your attention to the start of January very, very quickly. You look at the opponents that they're going to be facing the first couple of weeks. You have 2 games with Aurora, a tough, tough opponent who they played earlier this season and did not do as well as they would hope. Then you have Trine, and then you have the national development team. And then the later parts of January and into February, it's all NCAA conference games, which means they have to win out as much as possible to try and secure pole position, not just in the NCAA standings, but also within the national ranking.
Yeah, and talking about that Aurora matchup, so the Bulldogs, of course, as you mentioned, they struggled against Aurora earlier. The earlier matchup was conference games. This next one's not conference. Because we already played them once, we're not going to get that conference matchup this future time. It could hurt the Bulldogs in the long run if they're more successful in that one as far as conference standings go.
Well, it'll still help because we talk about this just about every broadcast. The NCAA conference, the strongest in D3 throughout the country. 4 of the top 10 teams in the national poll are in the NCAA conference. Aurora is one of those teams who are within the top 10. Yes, it doesn't help you in conference standings, but it does help you in national standings if you get a win at home and especially on the road because road games are weighted higher.
Yeah, and of course, as we talk standings, so of course, Bulldogs number 2 in the US CHO poll, number 4 in the MPI rankings, and we talked about this yesterday. For those that don't know, the MPI is the NCAA's percentage index. Essentially, it's the computerized ranking system that the NCAA is going to use in order to predict the playoffs and who's going to be seated where.
Well, we'll take it down to ice level for our starting lineups for this afternoon's contest. And we'll look at who we've got for Hiram going up first.
Yeah, it's going to be Keith Smilowitz, Hunter Gents, Marcus Olson as the starting forwards. And then you'll have Jack Sullivan, Neil Pretorius as your defenders with Mark Patton in net. And that is another new netminder for this series. We've seen 2 play for the Terriers last night. Neither of them are starting. Ian Amaranto seen about 62 shots before getting pulled. He's their 3rd netminder coming into today. If we do see a second netminder, it'll likely be Damian Carter, which is another new netminder to this series. Remy DeSmith, who came in late last night, played phenomenally, but he's getting scratched for this one.
Yeah, and this Terrier squad in their first year of existence as an NCAA D3 program have a massive roster, just a lot of players to work from, and I think they're just trying to get everybody in at this point and see what they can do. And I'm sure the goaltender tonight in Mark Patton is probably going to see a lot of rubber as well.
Yeah, and he came into this series leading in saves with 207, but him and Ian Amaranto were very close. Amaranto came in with 194. Of course, now he surpassed Patton last night in saves. Patton will likely take that number back over today as it is such a close battle. However, as you mentioned, a lot of players, a lot of freshmen. 5 of their players are not freshmen. Everyone else on that team is about as new to the NCAA level as you could be.
Well, you take a look at the other side of the blue line for the Bulldogs as we get our starters read out. And, of course, first of the blue line, number 31 in Jackson Bernard.
Yeah, it's going to be a very important game for him today. It's going to be his first chance to really show what he can do in the crease and maybe create some conversation.
Well, on the forward lines for the Bulldogs, we have Carter Reel, Ryan Vellucci, and Lucas Deeb. On the back end, it's going to be Nat Bannister and Anthony Malika, who also had a fantastic game yesterday.
Yeah, first star last night, and the puck was coming off his stick hotter than I've ever seen it. He had one goal where he absolutely ripped it. It went into the glove of Amaranto and actually trickled out of the glove and into the net, giving Malika his first goal of the evening. That's why he's our highlighted player coming into this contest, because he was just lights out and did so well for the Bulldogs last night.
I think if we know anything about this Adrian squad, they're going to follow up their efforts from yesterday with another hard-fought game, and it's probably going to be very spirited as well.
Yeah, and they played physical last night, but they were very disciplined in how they played physical. They didn't have a lot of penalties. Once they got onto the penalty kill, though, they were perfect.
First period puck drop coming up in just a few short moments. We'll step aside for the national anthem and return with the start of the game. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth on ACTV. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Bulldog Hockey.
Stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena. First period puck drop soon to be underway here in Adrian's, the Hiram College Terriers, and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. Happy to have you all join us here this afternoon on ACTV for one last game of the first semester. Crazy to think about. We're already this far into the season where we're going to be heading in to the December break in just a few short hours. I mean, for most students on campus, it's already begun, but on the ice, still got some more business to take care of.
Yeah, some sports are staying over break to play a few more games. This is the last one of the break for this NCAA team. We'll have some basketball on ACTV throughout the break, but this should be an exciting one.
20 minutes on the clock, puck drop at center, and we are underway here at the AIA. An early chance for Ryan Vellucci in on net. His shot goes high, and it is blocked down. A stick save from Mark Patton, his first of the day, just some 10 seconds in. Here's Lucas Deeb. Had a goal in the game yesterday. We'll rip this around the boards as it stopped along the wall. Vellucci pops it up into the air. Took a shot along that half wall. We'll pick the puck up in the shallow left corner. A backhand through traffic, and it's gloved down by Patton, our first whistle of the game, 31 seconds in.
Yeah, they're getting Patton involved early if you're the Bulldogs, and this is very similar to what we've seen pace of play-wise to start yesterday's contest. Different starters for both teams, but Bulldogs are still jumping all over.
Saney's able to win that face-off back. Clark up at the blue line. His pass is cut off as it will exit the zone, and taking this away is Tyler Arthurs, who will dump it into the corner. Loretto going one-on-one with him. David Clark leading charge. Sophomore this season with the Bulldogs, wears an A on his sweater. Saney on the near side boards. A long pass connecting way up ice. Lovasek trying to jut for position. Is shut down there. This is exited through the zone, and Loretto will have to chase it down. Back to his own blue line. This will clank off the boards and down the ice. The whistle was stopped as Patton played it with his stick. Troon will send it around after taking a small shoulder. Out to the neutral zone. Bowman will pick up at center ice and shovel this in. Going to collect it is Cole Mitchell. He'll take a scan, find the puck off the boards, and it's picked up quickly by Bagley, who lost control. Terriers will have to reset. Off to the neutral zone once again. This is dumped in. O'Hannison there to grab it underneath the red line. As he shoved off the puck, Taffo will gather it at the blue line. Tefelsky off the boards and out. Connor Randall being forced backwards. Here's Jake Swade up the left wing. Quick shot, blocker save from Patton. Swade will go back straight to the puck. Gives Owen Check some difficulty along the wall. Off the shin pad in front from Dworknowicz. Malika to Swade, a backhand. Will flutter towards the corner, and the quick pickup from Check. As he's pressed hard, O'Hannison trying to keep it in. Malika back to the neutral zone. Will look over for Bannister. Fast pass up for O'Hannison, turned over. Here's a chance for Gustin as it's sent in deep. Malika will start things out with Amsball, who will hold on to the left wing, cuts to the middle, and the Bulldogs offsides. 7:17 left to go here in this first.
That's a pretty close offsides there. I think right call, but there were a couple last night that little iffy, could have gone either way. They've called the offsides a lot tighter than I've seen.
I think that comes down to the Bulldogs' timing a little bit. We talked about it a little bit before we got on the air. Sometimes when you have a high-powered team like the Bulldogs, and by no means is this meant to disparage Hiram, but one of the lesser opponents that Adrian College is going to play this year, sometimes when you're moving at 110% and you're expecting your opponents to do the same, it throws you a little bit for a loop and sometimes can make things not as clean as they should be. And I think that's what you really saw there on that offsides.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, I mean, it's not to disparage Hiram at all. I mean, they played really good in a lot of stints yesterday. It was just punches were thrown in bunches last night by the Bulldogs. That's what really caught the Terriers off guard, and the Terriers showed a lot of fight, though. So I don't think this team's going to go away easy tonight at all.
It's hard, too, to be a first-year program and play a schedule, recruit a lot of guys, find your roster and your normal starters, and especially when you're playing against a top-ranked team like Adrian. I mean, this will be the best team, really, that they play all season long. As Jackson Bernard gets his first action as he swallows up a puck off the face-off.
And that's what I'm talking about right there. Just an instant quick reaction from a young player. Gets it out of the face-off, understands he's not going to have a lot of time to get power under his shot, so he just flips the backhand on net and hopes for a mistake. Unfortunately for him, Bernard was not going to make one.
This is escorted off to the half wall and flipped over both blue lines as it drops down to the ice. Mitchell with a feed up ice for Flackey. Clark with his back to the play. Has Loretto give him some assistance. Back deep across for Clark. Now connecting to Amsbaugh. Horizontally for Loretto, vertically for Real. Over the line, Bulldogs will have to reset. They were offsides. Clark will take it over. Pitches it low around the wall. Deeb takes a stumble there. Might have hit a rut on the ice. And now it's quickly picked up by Real as he's able to keep it in just at the blue line. Wrist shot. He fanned on that one. Back the other way come the Terriers. With speed, it's Bagley. Takes a shot. Stick save by Bernard. And it's deflected up into the netting.
That's more of what I want to see from the Terriers here today. Seemed like they struggled to do that when they were transitioning. They'd send one too many passes, or they'd play it out wide a little bit too much. Obviously, I know it's going to be difficult attacking up the middle, especially against this Bulldog defense, but that's how you're going to get the quality looks.
Off the draw, it's sticked away by Fernandez. As we see some bodies starting to fly. O'Hannison will find Deeb, now Real to the middle. Skates it down, wrist shot. Can't do it again. That's two shots that Carter Real had a great chance and a fantastic look at the net for it. He just couldn't release it. O'Hannison up top, over the line, it's Vellucci supporting as O'Hannison. His wrister is deflected up way over the protective netting. Hopefully it didn't catch a stray fan down low, but a souvenir for somebody behind the glass.
Looked like it almost caught a fan.
Yeah.
You've seen people ducking and moving out of the way.
It's not every day that you see the pucks clear all the way over the netting because it's just about to the top part of the roof, but it does happen from time to time, and you're in a hockey rink, always got to keep your head on a swivel. There's a shot from an angle, sticked away. As Patton came away with the paddle stop. Lovasek across for Whaley. His wrister blocked in front to the slot. It's Troon. Now Bowman will fire it low. Off the bounce, it's Lovasek. Troon will pitchfork into the mix for that puck. As it's 2-on-2 along the wall. Bowman winds up his slap shot, deflected. Caught a stray part of the stick of Taffo. And out of the zone, Terriers are able to clear. This is coughed up along the angle. That's Taffo. We'll rotate it around. Chasing it is Gentz. Bowman repositions to Troon, who fires a slow pass over for Lovasek. And around the boards it goes. Stopped with plenty of time. The Terriers can begin their breakout. Sorensen trailing in front of the nets, trying to create some havoc. Swade will press forwards. Mitchell will advance. This is sticked away and taken over the line. Terriers are onside, but a steal from Swade got a stick in the feet. No call there. Could have lobbied for a tripping penalty. This is off for Bannister. A one-touch to Swade will drive the right wing. His wrist shot. Another stick save from Mark Patton. To the near side, it's Olsen, who will fight hard for it and take it away. Up to the center red line. Smilkowitz is able to dump it deep. A lot of catch and release for this Terrier squad. The textbook dump and change. Can't really establish their offensive zone pressure early just as yet. But we'll see a rush here. This is sent up and caught by Flackey. Malika right behind him, takes him off the puck. Sorensen shielding and kicks it out in a soft area. It's Prolux who gave it away as Tefelsky gets a pass on the wall. Will come out and touched up just in front of the blue line. It's offsides with 12:50.
Terriers are playing fast, but they're playing uncontrolled, it seems, at times. Some of their passes, as I mentioned, are getting away from them, and, you know, they're going for the one quick touch to jump, start their movement, and it's pushing them a little bit too far away.
Summers trying to dance around some pressure as he sent that towards the front. A backhand goes wide, rebound, and that's shelved from Amsbaugh. Had plenty of space to operate, but couldn't find the twine. Clark to Amsbaugh on the flank, across for Loretto, shoots, and a save made. Mark Patton coming up big there. Great passing from the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was a big note me and you talked about before the game, was it just seemed like the Bulldogs passing was a little bit off compared to what we normally see. It wasn't tape to tape. There were some miscues. That's exactly what you want to see if you're a Bulldog fan or a Bulldog coach.
Saw some good one-touch passes like that when they were playing against Lawrence a couple of weeks ago, right in front of the net. And those are the things that you set up in practice and try and execute on. Clark to Summers, who tried to step into it, but couldn't release the shot. Amsbaugh to the bottom of the circle will rotate around as Clark with a nice move. He'll let one go. Blockered away by Patton. Amsbaugh fights off an impeding Pretorius. Still shielding on one hand, will turn the other way. No options for him as he takes a look. Hassled onto the far side boards. Clark to Amsbaugh, looking slot area, and it's dumped out. Maybe a lead pass here for Bagley as he races in, and Bernard with the save, taken way out of the net, will recover back to the crease. See if they'll credit him for that shot. I think he got a piece of it with his pad, but no changes up on the scoreboard. As Real will send this over for O'Hannison. Vellucci off to the middle, glove down by Olsen. Stolen by Vellucci, and we'll get a return feed right back. Deeb will head to the corner. Mitchell shadowing him. Now to the face-off dot, turned away, and the Terriers will head up ice. Looks like they're going to call this down for offsides. Would have been a good chance. Looked like Hiram had some numbers as they were heading towards Jackson Bernard.
Yeah, and Hiram's done that quite well, where they're transitioning phenomenally, but on the defensive end, I really like what I'm seeing with them constantly marking whoever has the puck, and like you said, just hassling them up and down no matter where they're at, even if they're behind the net, because we've seen this Bulldog team, and quite a few Bulldog teams, as one of your teammates has done it too this year, with the Michigans and just making plays from behind the cage. The Terriers aren't letting that happen today.
It's simple man coverage, and sometimes you see teams set up kind of player stacks in the defensive zone and especially in the offensive zone too, but I think the Terriers really just trying to keep it simple with man-on-man, and there's nothing wrong with that formula if you can execute it to a T. It definitely works, and that's what you're seeing right now. Everybody picks up a guy, you stay with your guy, and try and take away scoring chances. Here's Carter Reel to his own hash marks. Puck is sent over for Will Bowman, now to Vellucci. Up ahead is Deeb, will cross over the blue. A toe drag, a great move, and a glove save from Patton. Excellent offense. But Patton says no, and be sure to stay connected with all the action by following @AdrianCollegeTV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment, and follow @AdrianCollegeTV today.
I know we got some plans for over the break. Going to have some Athlete of the Month announcements and stuff going on, so be sure to stay tuned in for those.
Malika with a heavy slap shot, patted away by Patton. And there's that heavy blast that you were talking about for Malika. Saney driving, his shot blocked. A great soak in front of the nets. Here's another follow-up for Bannister. It sailed high. Malika will pick it up. He switches. Lovasek across, scores! From a sharp angle, goes upstairs. How about that one from Alec Lovasek to make it 1-0?
Just a phenomenal job by this Bulldogs offense. They move the puck so well, and despite the sharp angle, able to get it high and in. Hard to stop that if you're the Terrier defense. They did such a good job at marking everyone all the way through the play until the very end. And quick shout out to number 8, Cole Mitchell, eating that shot.
Here's a follow-up from Saney. Will turn back. And man, I don't think Patton was expecting Lovasek to shoot from where he was, as Trun will follow up with a chance of his own. It stopped, and another one is kept out by Patton. 2 great saves in tight. Saney will whip it up top for Malika. Back steps, goes to Trun. Malika, heavy slap shot, and it's blasted right into the chest of Patton as he'll gobble it up once again.
Yeah, going back to the sophomore defender out of Freeport, Pennsylvania, in Cole Mitchell. He blocked a lot of shots yesterday, just taking them left and right. He blocked one with his shin pad, knocked him off his feet, got back up without his stick on one skate basically, and dove in front of another shot back to back. Just took that one from Saney earlier before the goal.
And Mitchell's listed for 4 blocks yesterday, which is certainly a lot in one game, and I'm sure he'll probably get an ice pack at some point. Always good to see your players laying the body down on the line, making the ultimate sacrifice as this is turned over. An odd-numbered chance sent to the slot, moving in. Pad save by Bernardi, kept it out. And we get a pile up on top of number 31 in white.
That is by far the best opportunity I've seen the Terriers have. And it looked really clean. A nice saucer pass. Didn't send it too far. Perfectly in play for him to crash the cage and try to get a nice shot. If he lifts that a little bit, he's probably getting the first goal of this series for the Terriers.
I think the Bulldogs just got caught looking a little bit in the offensive zone, and that's where you see that turnover get created, and something that you have to keep an eye on as Brad Summers will race after it in a large collision in open ice. He's still taken down. Amsbaugh shoots one high and wide, was looking for the top right corner. Whaley steps into it, deflected over the top of the net, and back down low. So Malika and Bannister will both get points in their second straight game. Lovasek adding another goal tally to his 25-26 campaign. Anderson's shot kept out. To the top of the line. Summers has his feed intercepted. Amsbaugh over the blue. It's worked off possession as the Terriers will skate downhill. Flipped behind Bernard. Turning on a dime, that's Bannister, his backhand pass. Up ice, Reel is all alone, might have a break. Here's Carter Reel in on net, scores! Over the blocker side shoulder, Carter Reel, how do you do?
I think that one might have hit every piece of iron possible. It looked like it went left post, crossbar, right post, and in. Just dancing all around Patton, unable to make a save. And as you mentioned, Carter Reel just let that one rip.
I think the more impressive part on the play was the tip out of midair to keep it in front of him. You see a lot of times, sometimes those bouncing passes can get away from you and you'll have to head to the corner and try and start something from there, but tipped it down and made it work.
And according to our numbers, I believe that's going to be his first career goal. 5 assists on his career, but I think that's his first goal.
Indeed, you are correct. The first goal in the Adrian College career for Carter Reel. Only played 13 games last season, had 5 assists. And in his 4th appearance this year, gets his first tally, and what a better way to do it. That was an absolute beauty.
Yeah, and that's going to be one for the highlight reel. Normally when you hear the iron ring as a netminder, you're probably like, okay, cool, you know, I got helped out a little bit. That time he heard it ring 3 times and still didn't get lucky.
It's worse when you hear it and then you look behind you and it's in the net. Never an easy feeling for sure. Patton will cover that puck up with the glove as we get to freeze with 6:38 left to go in this first period.
Little interesting note, not something you would normally have to talk about, but it's nice to see both backup netminders actually sitting in the bench area tonight for the Terriers. They had one sitting outside the bench area last night. It ended up being the freshman that came in late to the game in DeSmith.
This is lofted deep as Bagley can't get to the loose puck. Glove down, Troon lost sight of it as it deflected off his mitt. Bernard will push this to the side. Troon goes down low. Clark underneath the red line, hit into the boards. Has some problems with the puck for a moment, but recovers nicely. This is leapt back in. Loretto will take his time. His pass askew to Saney with the pull-up move, and it's a steal. Now it's Olsen in. Shoots, and a save made by Bernard. Got it up high in the shoulder as he holds it. 5:49 left to go here in the first.
Olsen was our highlight player coming into the game, partially because of plays like that. It's not the first time he's had a steal in the neutral zone and transitioned it solo to go in for a shot. That was maybe one of his better looks, but he's had a couple of them.
Second time there, we've seen the Bulldogs kind of get caught at their own blue line, giving space for the Terriers to move up ice. I'm sure Coach Phillips will probably have some kind of word for that.
And that was one of the notes we talked about pregame was Bulldogs just seemed to struggle in the neutral zone passing.
There it is again, as it was number 34 in Keith Smilowitz, who was all by himself for a moment. This is slid aside, will hang on to the wall. Whaley will gingerly leave this off for O'Hannison. Swade with a long feed up for Jack O'Hannison. That doesn't meet the mark, and now a pickup over the line. Tefelsky to Swade, lost in between a pair of feet. Along the half wall, it's Arthurs who is able to get it out. Malika, a drop pass to Tefelsky. He'll take charge. Tefelsky to the right. O'Hannison, Amsbaugh shoots! And it doesn't go. A great stick play in front on the release was Noah Prolux. Bannister, a backhand pass to Malika. Just under 5 minutes to play here in the first period. Summers, toe drag shot, gets blocked in front. Another good soak by the Terriers. We're just eating pucks here in this first period as this is deflected all the way up into the netting.
Should have been a tripping call there in that last play as well, as Bulldogs were racing back to get back on defense, and one of them actually sticked, I believe it was number, if I'm not mistaken, it was number 24, Ken Bagley, who took the fall, but would have liked to see maybe the arm get raised there.
This is tipped high and out as Bannister will recover. Amsbaugh with a couple of chops. Bannister across for O'Hannison. He'll skate it in, has Summers for support and behind him. Amsbaugh to the slot, fakes the shot, looks backhand, walks around everyone. Still no shot from him. Will turn back around, just doing it himself as this is moved up for Summers. Was locked up but keeps it going. Summers to the slot. O'Hannison shoots, and it's over the shoulder of Patton as it was skied around. Amsbaugh runs into a roadblock, pushed around the half wall to Summers as he'll stop and send it across for Amsbaugh. Extended zone time here for the Bulldogs. Saucer to Malika, lets it rip and blocked in front again. Don't think that one was intentional, but Dworkowitz definitely got in the way there. Malika, D to D for Bannister. Back for Malika, to the side for Summers. Lets it go. It's blocked away. Good save from Patton. Terriers will clear this all down, gasping for air as it's icing, and they will not be allowed to change, but the Bulldogs will.
Yeah, that was an absolute heater into the body there, and just unfortunate as, I mean, he seems fine, which is good, but that's Malika sending a slap shot. I don't know if I'd want to be on the receiving end of it. Even if I was wearing goalie pads, I don't know if I'd want to be on the receiving end of that one.
You get used to it over time, but sometimes you question what you're doing in the net.
Why did my life choices lead me to this?
Pretty much. Deeb scrapes the blue, finds Real along the side, rotating. There's the shot in front. It's blocked down. Vellucci will gather it back. A give and go. Now up top for Loretto. Lost it for a moment. Deeb will swap with Loretto. Now to Clark. Wrist shot blocked in front again. The rebound loose. It doesn't go. Vellucci was right there. Real is tied up in a skirmish in front of the net. Now finally gets loose. And Clark will keep it going. This has been just about 2 minutes of zone time here for the Bulldogs. This line is certainly tired as Patton makes the save. Popped up into the air. Loretto to Clark. Down low. A nice move shifting through the lane as I think they're going to say the net came off here, maybe?
I think that's what the indication is, but
that's a lucky break for the Terriers. They needed that whistle bad.
Yeah,
I didn't see a signal.
I didn't see anything that would have indicated why we're having a stoppage.
Huh.
Almost felt like they gave the Bulldogs a shot clock violation.
Yeah. Loretto with a high riser that goes over everybody's shoulders. Clark will step in to help out. Saney, a stick lift along the wall on check. Terriers look to clear. They do. This will come out. Loretto, nice defensive play to shut down that rush. Lovasek will turn up. 3-on-2 if they can hurry. Across for Saney. Lost it in his feet. Less than 90 seconds to go here in the first period. Clark to the hash marks. Cross for Bowman. Up ahead is Saney. Will gallop down. Saney on the left wing moves it over, and it's wide. O'Hannison steps off the blue, takes a crunch along the wall. There's an arm up on the play. We'll see who this is against. Bulldogs are going to go to the power play here. Bernard back to the bench for the extra attacker, and it's Swade who will replace him. So 6-on-5 with less than a minute to go. And the Terriers touch up. A high sticking call will go against the Terriers. We'll see who is going to head to the box here, but as we know, yesterday Bulldogs very successful on the power play, 3 for 4, as it is number 34 in Keith Smilowitz for high sticking.
I believe this is the 4th high sticking call in this series as well, so stick's just getting a little bit too sloppy. It's been a lot of high sticking and tripping, if I'm not mistaken, have been 2 of the most common penalties in this series between these two teams.
Lovasek up top for O'Hannison. Summers shoots, Pat saved by Patton. The rebound kept out, and it's held on to. 2 good saves again from Patton. Man, he's just seeing a lot of rubber here in this first period.
As Bulldog bench area having some fun over there. Looked to be Jake Swade lost his glove and had to get some assistance retrieving it off the ice.
O'Hannison to his brother on the outside lane. Lovasek will turn back up to O'Hannison. This is deflected back to the blue line. Now to Summers on the outside wall. 15 seconds left in the first period. O'Hannison to Summers. Looks for it. O'Hannison shoots. It's stopped by Patton. Maybe one last chance here. Summers, a give and go. O'Hannison off to the side. Lets it fly, blocked in front. Catching a piece was Flackey around the boards, and that'll do it for the first period. Bulldogs will stay on the power play to start the second period, have 66 seconds of 5-on-4 time to begin the second, but a good period from them, 2-0 heading into the second. And you can see all the players for Hiram just hands on their knees and looking to hold on here.
Yeah, and interesting little tidbit. We have not started a period that wasn't the first period in this series with 5-on-5 hockey. Every period has started 5-on-4. The second period yesterday started 5-on-4 in favor of the Terriers. Third period yesterday started 5-on-4 in favor of the Bulldogs.
Well, they certainly dominated in that opening frame. We'll take a look at our scoring summary. Our first goal at 10-12 in the first period was Alec Lovasek from Anthony Malika and Nat Bannister. And then the first career Adrian College goal for Carter Reel at 12:40 to make things 2-0, assisted by Ryan Vellucci. And again by Nat Bannister, 2 assists for him on the day. Not bad for the young freshman.
I do believe that whistle was potentially for the net coming off the post there, as the rink worker went over and checked to make sure everything was good immediately, just confirming. So seems to be that was the case on why they blew that dead, not the mystical shot clock violation that doesn't exist in hockey. But just a very hard-fought period from the Terriers. I don't think you complain if you're the coaching staff or if you're the players. Obviously, you wish it was closer, but you got more shots on goal in this first period than you did yesterday. You held them to less goals in this first period than you did yesterday, and you played a lot harder and a lot faster today than you did all of yesterday's game.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, too, like, you're going against David and Goliath at this point. This is a tough team to walk into this barn against Adrian and try and be impactful, and with a young roster, you're doing as much as you can pretty much for a full 60 here, and at this point, it's just defend and see how many shots you can block, maybe find something down the ice off a crazy bounce.
Yeah, and they've done a good job at stealing away passes around both blue lines, trying to take those in for shot attempts. But what I will say is, with such a young team, the advantage they have, while they might not have a great one this semester, if they can keep a lot of these guys together, they're going to build some phenomenal chemistry as the years go on in what is such a young program. Chemistry could change how everything looks in a few years.
Well, we'll see what's in store for us for the second period. Bulldogs holding on to a 2-0 lead after the first 20 minutes of play. We're going to step aside for the first period intermission. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. We'll be back with the second period after the break. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great, great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Win. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News & World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
we value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena through 20 minutes of play as we get to the second period. Bulldogs and the Hiram College Terriers. Alex Herman and Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACTV. A good start in game number 2 for these Bulldogs as they got a pair of goals late in the first period. And I think there was a scoring change on the second goal, which will now read Carter Reel from Jack O'Hannison and Nat Bannister. So not too many changes, but one of the primary assists there.
Yeah, and, I mean, quick shout out to Nat Bannister. 2 assists there in the first period of play. So he's not getting goals, but he's getting points and allowing his team to help, I mean, tally both goals on the scoreboard. So
yeah, and it's great for the freshman. And even if you're not scoring, if you're putting points on the board and you're contributing to the offensive efforts, that's the kinds of things that gets you more ice time and puts you into the lineup as, you know, some of these freshmen fighting for spots and trying to establish themselves in their young careers.
Yeah, and I mean, we're talking freshmen and young players that maybe haven't played as many meaningful minutes, but today's game they're playing a lot of those meaningful minutes, and Carter Reel, who scored his first career goal as a Bulldog there as goal number 2, that was 12 minutes and 40 seconds into the period, and I'm sure just an exuberant moment for him as a young player.
Yeah, and a massive weight off his shoulder. Was fighting for time in the lineup last year. Maybe didn't get all the games that he wanted, has only seen a handful this season, but something good for him as we'll take a look at our stats after 20 minutes. Our shots, of course, heavily dominated by the Bulldogs, 21-5, and the only category that Hiram is leading right now, block shots, 11 to the Bulldogs 1, and some of those were on purpose and some of them were just luck of the draw, but Bulldogs, all signs of a complete game for them here today.
Yeah, and that's just been the Terriers' mindset, has been those blocked shots and how well they've done this season.
We'll wait for our opening face-off here to kick things off in the second period. Of course, to remember as well, the Bulldogs begin this second period with 1 minute and 6 seconds of power play time. They got through the first 54 at the end of the first period. And we'll get some more time on the 5-on-4. Did great yesterday, as we mentioned. Looking to follow up their efforts as we drop the puck and resume play here at the AIA. David Clark back for Amsball. Now to Tefelsky, who hits the E-break. Will swing it wide for Amsball at the top of the circle. Looking for a shot, fakes it, goes down low around the net. Canceled out by a stick there in front. It was Shane Ward. Amsball to the slot, and Troon caught between his feet. Will fight for it and get to it first. Up the wall for Tefelsky. Now to the dot. Looks around the zone. Clark to Amsball to the slot. Over, wide open net. Troon buries it. And a power play goal for the Dogs. They make it 3-0.
Yeah, it's just an easy play for the Bulldogs, and they do a good job at finding the back door. A feed that's been there at times, and they've just had it hit maybe a second too late or a second too early. Right there, that was perfect timing. Troon was able to bury it and almost looked like he took a half-second beat. Surprised the net was as open as it was for him.
Great passing from the Bulldogs on the power play. Did great yesterday with their special teams unit, and another good one for them here to start off the second period. There's plenty of momentum for them. I think that whistle went there. It was a hit in open ice.
Yeah, it seemed like Whaley hit Pretorius, who then got tangled up with Deeb, and they ended up tackling each other into the ground. Just, I think, blew the whistle for player safety reasons more than anything else.
I think the officials are going to come together and discuss maybe where this draws. Seems like there's some kind of confusion, but they'll keep it in the D zone of Adrian College. Stumbling there, a quick shot. Loretto blocks that one as it was being ripped off the blade.
A lot of fast, quick, twitchy shots from the Terriers as they're showing that this dog has a little bit of fight in them.
Around the boards, met by Malika. We'll stop it along the half wall through the legs of Bannister. Up to the center ice red line. Patton came out to stop it, but never got a piece of it. Malika with a heavy slap shot high over the net. Collected by Bannister. Pushed back around the other way. Peeling off the boards is Real. Up top for Malika. Takes a sidestep. Pitchforked off his blade. Back to the near side kick plate. Real will take it around. Deeb with a turned over pass. Back the other way. Here are the Terriers with a 2-on-1 chance. And again, Hiram is off sides. Jumping over the play. That was Marcus Olson. Just had to slow down and drag that back foot for a second, but got just a little bit too jumpy.
Yeah, I think he's seen that if he just kept speeding forward, he had the back door open. Unfortunately, teammate wasn't on pace with him.
In the neutral zone, a drop pass for Patrick Saney, who will lead it up. His wrister high over the top of the crossbar and will clash with the protective netting and out of play.
Last period, it felt like we had a lot of continuous time with no whistles, and now it feels like we've barely had 5 seconds of continuous hockey.
Face-off is won back by the Terriers. Back with it is Owen Check. Will send it around the wall. Stopped by O'Hannison as he pitched it in deep. Troon, who's getting hassled along the wall, as gets credited for his last power play goal by our PA announcer. Lovasek is deep. Gets shadowed by two Terriers up top for O'Hannison, who lets one fly. Took an awkward kick in front of the net and off the top of the glass. Will stay in play as Saney takes a look down low. Finds Troon in the right side corner. O'Hannison across. Wrist shot off the outside of the apron. Lovasek with a crunching shoulder. Gets tangled with Randall. Blind pass to O'Hannison. That's in his feet. This is bumpered for Lovasek. To the wall is O'Hannison. Off the wall and around. Bowman takes a stab at it. That pops up over everybody's head. This is through the guts. And into the neutral zone. Terriers trying to find some kind of life here. There's a turnover chance for the Terriers. Taffo into the slot. And it's banked out by Clark. Was there in time. Now 2-on-2 developing. Tefelsky to the wing. Off for Sorensen as he drives the front of the net. Got a pass from Swade, but too hot to handle for him. Tefelsky with some stick play. Now it's off for Ward. Goes one-on-one to the slot. No chance there. Swade almost ran into the post as he got out of the way just in time. Tefelsky for Sorensen. He rips it across. It's caught by Swade. Puts on the brakes, and his backhand pass as he was spinning is stopped by Patton. Up top, it's Loretto. Dishes down low for Sorensen. Tefelsky's wrister bodied down and held onto by Patton.
Sorensen has been up and down the ice like crazy here in this contest. Very similar to how he played yesterday as well, as a forward line change now. Bringing on Summers, Jack O'Hannison, and looks to be Ian Amsbaugh. So nice to see how they're splitting a lot of these lines, having one of their primary playmakers on each.
To the blue line, a cross-ice feed for Clark. Lets it fly, blocked in front again. Another soak for the Terriers. That was in front. It was Carter Dworkenwitz. Amsbaugh crashing. His wrist shot stopped by the glove and held again.
It's got to be so hard playing net when Amsbaugh's on the ice because he's so patient. A lot of times he'll do that and he'll just wrap around and skate in circles all day. That time he gets to the dot and he just lets it rip.
He's so good at using his size to his advantage. 6'1", 190 pounds. Not the biggest Bulldog on this roster, but he utilizes every single inch of his frame, and you see the skill that he has. When he's got the puck, he just does whatever he wants with it. Out of the zone, developing 2-on-1, odd-man opportunity. Shot from distance, easy save for Bernard. He'll hold on to it.
Obviously, with a teammate rushing with you, you'd like to maybe see a pass there, but I kind of like the idea of shooting one onto Bernard, maybe hoping for that rebound opportunity and getting the second chance to go. Unfortunately, shot it straight into the body, so you don't get that chance. But if you keep that low off a blocker, it might find its way into the back of the net.
I think at this point, too, Hiram's just looking for any and all shots that they can get. If they had taken their time and spread out a little bit, they could have worked it across the ice for a sort of crafty play, but getting the shot there is not a bad option, and it was on net, too, so there's a scoring chance. Malika to Reel, as this will slip behind the defenses. Bannister is chased down, gets rid of the puck. Now to the slot. Deeb was waiting there patiently as he'll pick it up and take it down. Stolen there. Got too cute on the play. Malika to Reel over the red line across Now up ahead, that was Sam West, who was over the line, tried to extend out with the blade to stay on the blue. And again, Hiram just really running into offsides troubles.
That's one of those ticky-tack offsides I think you could call the other way. Looked like his skate blade jumped off the line by maybe a hair, and then he got it back. Very wishy-washy.
Here's Troon with some speed, gets it free for Lovasek. We'll dance around in the offensive zone as Troon is pressed hard by two Terriers. Saney will skate it around, slapped away from him. Lovasek with a chance. Troon waiting for the pass. Saney turning and shot is shouldered away by Patton. Troon across for Lovasek. Bowman instead will pick it up and is able to pool cue it down low. Round the glass and plenty of time for Nico Hannison to make a play here. Number 47 in white will send this up. Transfer from Bowling Green University. Of course, getting to play some college hockey with his younger brother. Clark for Loretto to Lovasek. Takes a look. Around the net goes Lovasek. Saney's shot shouldered away. There's an arm up on the play. I think the Bulldogs are going to head to the power play here as this comes all the way out.
I believe that was Loretto wrapping through. Quick give and go with Lovasek.
So Bernard is able to get to the bench again. Don't see many teams get the 6 attacker out that clean twice. But 6 on 5 as the arm is still up. Clark at the blue line. Cross to the wing for Swade. Driving is Loretto, jumped over his stick. They'll send it back up top for Clark. Waiting, shoots, sticked away. Penton will gather it and stop it as the Bulldogs will head back to the power play for the second time this afternoon.
6 on 5 for so long, I'm surprised Jonesy's arm didn't get tired sitting up there. Then he had to come over here and give the cross-checking signal, So
it's Owen check with the cross-check. No pun intended. That kind of just worked out the way that it did.
You intended it.
Listen, I'm not the one who went to the box, and that's his name. Bulldogs 1 for 1 today on the power play with a second attempt. It'd be huge if they could continue to drive up their power play percentage. And we mentioned it during the first one. We're 3 for 4 yesterday, which is pretty fantastic, and got one on their first try. Hannison to Summers. They set up shop. Across for Deeb. Lets it go, and Patton with the save.
Yeah, 4 for 5 in this series. Working on their 6th power play opportunity of the series. And, I mean, already they're just trying to pour shots on. First power play unit on the ice right now with Swade and Amsbaugh.
Clark across for Amsbaugh, now to Felsky. That was out of his reach. Cycle ensuing. Amsbaugh shoots and scores! Upstairs and 2 for 2 on the afternoon. Bulldogs strike on the power play.
How about this for Ian Amsbaugh? We talk about his patience right there. He lets it rip. 20th point on the season. 5th goal. Just a phenomenal job.
It's amazing, too, to think that Amsbaugh last season had the most goals for this Bulldogs team. Or maybe he didn't, but he was leading the team in points at 40 in 29 games. He's got now, as you mentioned, 20 in 12 games. Only his 5th goal of the season. Feels like he scores a lot more than he does, but typically contributing some kind of offense on every goal that Adrian College scores, and just such a dynamic player. He's still got this year and next year to go. crazy.
Yeah, I think the Bulldogs are looking to find who's going to be their captain next year with Swade graduating, and I think Amsbaugh's trying to add his name to that list with how well he plays and being such a good leader for this team.
Could be one of those guys that you see in the mix. I'm sure that both Ben Loretto and David Clark will make an argument for it, and especially with Clark being a sophomore and getting an A. That's not something that's very typical for Adrian College. Normally they designate their letters for their upperclassmen, and most of the time it's seniors as well. As there's a follow-up chance, Patton taken out, the whistle will go. And are you ready to explore your Adrian future? Scholarship Day lets admitted students tour campus, meet faculty, and earn a renewable scholarship. Register now at adrian.edu/admissions/visit campus/scholarship day. But to finish the thought, normally you see your upperclassmen with letters, and I think it's important to note Carter Clark wearing, or I apologize, David Clark. Carter Clark is our assistant coach. David Clark with the A on his sweater, and it was one of the players that I talked about with Coach Phillips in the beginning of the year that really stepped up last year and made a name for himself as off the glass and banked in the Bulldogs score. This was a field goal from Bannister off the end glass and stuffed into the back of the net.
It's such a rare goal that we don't see that often. This is the third one me and you have called together.
Yes.
Not necessarily for this team, but this season alone, it's just, how does it keep happening? It's like the 6 seconds into every power play, we get a horn
whistle.
when me and you are on the call together.
And it's hard, too, because the glass behind the net is different from the glass that's around the rink. The glass behind the net is the plexi, so it's a softer bounce, whereas the glass around the rink is like real glass, so when it kicks off of it, it shoots out. But somehow that worked in Adrian College's favor, and it's 5-0 game. Toe drag move to the slot from Troon. Or rather, that was Patrick Saney as he's shut down. Here's Theo Troon as he'll slash for the puck. Bannister up and out for Saney, who will lead it up through the neutral zone. Cross for Lovasek, will stop on it hard. Slashes it over for Troon, gloved it down and made the play up top for Malika. Opening up is Troon, heading downhill. His shot blocked by Patton. Took a deflection in front of the net. Now to the slot, ripping another one. Saney got 2 tries there, and a third one covered up. Holding on to the post was Patton.
Patton's done a lot better than a lot of people might think. 29 saves in this game so far. He's seen 34 shots. And his team has done a lot for him as well with the blocked shots soaking up. But would like to see them really turn the momentum back in their favor with some of the stolen passes and creating more opportunities for him to get a breather.
It's tough, too, for Patton. Doesn't really get a whole lot of help in the defensive zone, and he's left there to fend for himself. As this is sent over, the rebound loose, and it's snared down by Patton again. I mean, point in case, takes so much time in the defensive zone, and Adrian College able to just zip the puck around the zone and do whatever they want, basically. They're just undefended.
Well, it's a lot of the fast-paced movement as well from the Bulldogs. They have so much quick turns, and they have a lot of chemistry together. You know, first-year program, it's a lot of these guys' first times playing together, and that can change a lot when you don't have the previous history of chemistry.
Bowman's shot blockered away as the rebound picked up by O'Hannison. Cross for Bowman. He'll hold on to the line. Across for O'Hannison again. Down low to the outside. O'Hannison blockered away by Patton as he looks to the rafters. Thought he had an opening.
I mean, even when we talk about chemistry, 2 of the new impact players for the Bulldogs are brothers, so it's not like they're lacking in chemistry too much, and it's just so easy for them to work their way into this Bulldog unit.
Well, it's easy, too, for the Ohanneson brothers, as you mentioned. Nick Ohanneson, as we mentioned earlier, playing a couple of seasons with Bowling Green at the NCAA Division I level, so he's not unfamiliar with high level of play, and his brother Jack as well, playing with the Minot Minotaurs in the North American Hockey League, which is, of course, a solid Tier 2 option for juniors. Back out of the zone. This is Clark with a home run pass to Summers. Back for Ohanneson, driving the lane, shoots and a save. The rebound picked up, and it's soccer kicked out of harm's way. Wide open net for Clark. Needed a little bit more force. Now a 2-on-1 developing. Good back check from Loretto to cancel that tryout, and a broken stick on the slap shot on the blue line from Noah Prolux as he's without a twig. Defending by himself. Summers shoots, scores! Upstairs over the shoulders again, and it's 6-0 Dogs. That's a tough break for Hiram there on the broken stick.
Yeah, and Summers just goes upstairs over the shoulder. I mean, you don't expect him to go eye level with you right away, and that's exactly what Bradley Summers does, just attacking all the way through. But going back to the play prior to that, want to keep an eye out for Carter Dworkowitz. He skated off the ice in some pain. He soaked one into his rib cage, and I don't think it caught any protective padding, so he's off the ice for now. We'll keep an eye and see if we see 93 come back on.
I think what's tough about that play, too, is Prolix made the right play to shift over to the attacker who was off to the left, who was wide open. Normally when you can give your goalie the shot option rather than the cross crease, increases your chances of coming up with the save, but that's just a skillful shot from Brad Summers to find the upper corner. Here's Deeb along the right wing. Will swing it low to the front and pitched off of the toe of Patton. Deeb will dance with it. Driving, shoots, and in and out of the glove of Patton. Got a piece of it, but didn't squeeze it. Out to the middle. Smilowitz will send it low. Bernard out of his cage to stop it.
Looked like Vellucci was looking for a high sticking call there in the neutral zone. Didn't get it.
I'm sure the officials will probably be a little bit more lax with their calls unless it's something that they absolutely have to blow down.
Believe same officiating crew from last night, it seems like, and that's exactly how they handled the third period of play. Was a lot more lax, let a lot of things go. Really the only thing they blew stoppage on was a unfortunate high sticking from Jake Swade, and then he ended up cross-checking after the play. Got a double minor for it.
Ohanneson's shot hit the top of the dasher and got sent sky high. Here's Saney. His wrist shot wide of the boards. Ohanneson let it fly. Back the other way is Saney. This puck just staying to our right the entire time. I mean, you said it in the beginning of the game. You looked at the difference in the spots on the ice. There's snow piles upon snow piles in the Bulldogs' offensive zone, and to the left, it doesn't even look like it's been touched yet.
No, I mean, you can still see some glistening wet spots over on our left.
Bowman to the slot. His shot blockered away by Patton. Rinse and repeat for the Bulldogs. Cycle and shoot. Ohanneson let a wrister go. That's deflected in front, and it's shoveled out of the zone. Bowman plays it up at center ice. Lovasek will take advantage of the Terrier change. Drop pass from Saney. Gets it back and looks to go upstairs again. This is tipped up into the 2019-2020 Women's NCAA Playoff Championship banners. We'll get a whistle. 4:09 left to go here in the second period. Bulldogs leading 6-0 here at the Arrington Ice Arena. Alex Herman and Sean Whitmer, happy to have you all join us here this afternoon for the final game of the first semester in this Adrian College NCAA season.
And some good news as well for Carter Dwornkowitz. He has returned to the ice, so shook that one off, and now he's back.
We get a whistle as it's covered up along the side wall of the nets. Taking a look at some live stats too, our out-of-town scoreboard. We have another Bulldog team in action this afternoon, way out in Minnesota. Our women's NCAA team playing Gustavus Adolphus. Lost last night in a very close game, but leading 1-0 as they're, I believe, heading to the second period, or I should say the third period, so good signs for them. Hopefully they can pick up a weekend split. It certainly helped them out with their rankings.
Yeah, that was a goal from Paige Pomerlau as well, so solid start to the season for them.
There's a great move from Loretto in on net, and it's forced into the cover of Patton.
Been a fun season for the Bulldogs in just about every aspect of sports. Of course, as far as fall sports go, football's most successful season since 2011. Just barely missed the postseason there, so adding a lot of success to Bulldog sports as of late.
Here's Ian Amsbaugh, who will whip it to Malika. His shot, blocker down, the rebound. Sprawling was Patton. And the Terriers clear it out. Here's a loose break, a good play from Bannister just in the nick of time. This is stopped at the center ice logo by Amsbaugh. O'Hannison will find it. Backhanded away. Not sure what Amsbaugh was looking for on that. Through traffic, motoring forward is Smilowitz. Stolen from him to Jack O'Hannison. Summers to Bannister, his shot well wide. O'Hannison for Summers. Runs into his own player and drops it off for Amsbaugh. Well skated around, shielding. Wide open was O'Hannison, and a great save made by Patton. Sprawled out with the stick and got a piece of it. Amsbaugh loose over, and it's wide. Patton still having trouble picking up his stick, and finally he's able to do it. 2-on-2 along the wall. Here's Taffo driving to the slot. Poked away by O'Hannison. Summers goes across, poked free. Driving is O'Hannison. Happen to say O'Hannison to O'Hannison a lot. They're typically on the ice with each other as this is called down for offsides. 1:35 left to go in the second period.
Yeah, it got to the point last night where I started switching to just Nick and Jack. Mention Nick O'Hannison to Jack O'Hannison once, and then once they're playing ping pong, it's just Nick to Jack, Nick to Jack. Started having to save my voice. They were moving the puck so fast.
Loretto to Deeb across the ice. 90 seconds left. Deeb to the middle. Vellucci. His shot sticked away by Patton. Loretto. A bouncer that goes wide. A push and a shove from Deeb as this is found to the blue line. Walking it is Loretto. Goes down low for Deeb. A spin move in tight. And the puck sent out of the zone. Bernard will play it. Skates it back to the hash marks. And on the backhand, almost coughed it up there. Ran out of time and space to operate, but was able to recover. Loretto around the boards. Deeb is able to get it. Now it's Clark who's using his muscle. Off the boards, underneath the red line. Vellucci off the post was Deeb. It stayed out. on the one-touch shot there. Good look from Lucas Deeb in front of the net, who's also had a stellar weekend.
Surprised we weren't celebrating a goal. Real was wide open on the rebound opportunity, just fanned on the shot attempt. Otherwise, he would have just grabbed his second of his career and would have went into the third period on hat trick watch. Same game you score your first goal.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think any of the fans could get their hats on the ice. The netting goes so high.
Yeah, you'd have to be up here in the booth with us to even get it over.
I'll try next time.
See what happens. Either that or just run down to the penalty box door and throw it through the door. 1 second left, and the horn will go. An eventful second period for the Bulldogs as they take a 6-0 lead into the third and final frame of regulation. 4 goals for the Bulldogs in that period. Some power play goals. And I mean, you look at the stats too. Shots on net. (27-1) in that period.
Yeah, that looked a lot more like the first period of yesterday's contest. So it's just not necessarily what you want to see. A lot less continuous play, but a lot more opportunity for action if you're the Bulldogs offense, and unfortunately having to do a lot if you're Patton. Maybe we get a chance to see the 4th goalie of the series for the Terriers, as number 2 goalie listed for today's contest is Damian Carter. Haven't seen him play quite yet in this series, but they've used 2 goalies yesterday. They're using their number 1 entering the series today. Be interesting to see if they try to get another freshman in there.
We'll go through our scoring summary for the second period. It was Theo Trun on the power play, 42 seconds in, assisted by Ian Amsbaugh and David Clark. Amsbaugh again on the power play at 8:46 from David Clark and Frank Tefelsky. Alec Lovasek at 10:05 from Nat Bannister and Theo Trun. And then finally 13:02, Brad Summers made the game 6-0 from Ian Amsbaugh and Jack O'Hannison. So that's it for 40 minutes of play. 20 left to go in this game and in semester number 1 of the 25-26 campaign for these NCAA Dogs. We're going to step aside for the second period intermission and we'll return for the third after the break. Alex Herman and Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena, getting set and ready to go for third period action between the Hiram College Terriers and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACTV. 6-0 our score for those of you just tuning in now. It's been a great game for the Bulldogs this afternoon, looking up to wrap up a nice semester number 1 of this season. We'll take a look at some of our stats after 40 minutes of play, and no surprise, Bulldogs dominating in every single category, again, all but one, which is blocked shots, and 16-1 is the only thing Hiram is currently leading in right now. I mean, you look at the shots on goal, 48-6 for the Bulldogs. Face-off percentage, 79.2 to 20.8 to 20.8. 2 for 2 on the power play, and Bulldogs not in the box today. Not bad.
No, they've continued the physicality while staying disciplined mindset that they had yesterday. And if you can continue that style of play throughout the rest of the season, you'll be looking at a pretty good spot. The one thing you don't want to do is fall into the trap of increasing your level of physicality to the pace of play while messing up and getting yourself sent to the sin bin.
So we'll get everybody back out on the ice, getting ready for our third period. And of course, too, we'll keep an eye on our women's game across the pond. Still 1-0 with 13:47 left to go in the third period. Our women's NCAA team and Gustavus Adolphus. Looks like we have another hole in the ice that might have to repair really quick.
That'd be the second one today that's been spotted. Not quite sure what's...
Oh, that's down to the concrete, too.
Well, Vellucci's going to fix it.
Yep, he's on the case.
Yeah. Pack a little snow in there,
Put
and we're good.
Put a little dirt on it.
Yeah.
We'll be okay.
Well, if there's dirt on the ice, we have another problem.
That's very true.
Who is wearing dirty shoes on the ice? And now we have everyone fixing this.
How many hockey players does it take to fix a hole in the ice?
I counted 6, along with the 3 officials.
I think this is a smaller gash, so I don't think it'll take too much time to
No, I think they're just
repair.
smoothening it out now. Looks to be getting to the end of that. This break and play probably help out the Bulldogs a little bit with their starting line getting a chance to communicate what they want to do right off the drop. A little bit of extra time to talk. It will be, it looks like the same 2 netminders. Thought I seen a 37 down there for a moment, but it'll still be Patton.
I think we're going to get the okay here.
Seems to be the case, as Vellucci seems ready to roll. So does Gents. Although now I'm not too sure, as the conference is still continuing and we're getting told we're having a conference now with Vellucci.
I think we're okay here. I think they're just going to play on.
I think he wanted to have both players from the face-off communicate with them what the situation was before letting everything unfold here.
Well, 20 minutes back on the score clock. Puck is dropped and we'll resume play here at the AIA for one final time in 2025.
Yeah, and I think the AIA is going to be pretty happy about the break after this, as the ice even wants a breather.
Around the boards, Bulldogs cycle, Vellucci, reel with a wrister from just in front of the nets. Picked up by Vellucci. It's poked away from him. Back off the boards, trying to jump for it was Malika. Across, sweeping for Bannister was Reel. Fresh off the bench, that's Lovasek, who had to make a play quickly. Malika was able to find Deeb up ahead, but jumped over his blade.
AIA will get used one more time in 2025 before the calendar switch, with a women's NCAA game happening on December 31st. Nonetheless, quite a long break before then.
Yes. I believe that game is against Trine as well.
That is correct.
Good chance in front. Lovasek spinning with a shot, but just put it wide. As it's Loretto who almost lost it there to the stick of Marco Taffo.
Then he did lose it right after.
Loretto will smother it over for Clark, who just dumps it in and gets back to the bench for a line change. It's Bowman and O'Hannison who will now take to the ice. Hannison jumping off the line. A shot gets sticked away by Patton. Turning on it is Lovasek to the net. No shot, fakes it, blocked off the backside of Czech. Bowman fakes the slap shot, his wrister, friendly fire off the back of Troon. Lovasek. Lovasek to O'Hannison, across for Saney, wide open, backdoor, great save made by Patton, got it with the toe.
He might have just got his blade on that one to keep it out.
Within inches for the Bulldogs to cashing in. Saney to the dot, turns quickly, drop back for Bowman, cross for O'Hannison, shoots one and glove down out of midair by Patton. 52 shots sent his way on the day, and likely a whole lot more to come. 17:08 left to go here in the third period.
Yeah, taking a look at some of the netminder numbers, it's been almost a perfect split between Amaranto and Patton this season coming into the series.
Teeing up, Telfelski, a shot. His second one blocked in front, in between the slot, gets back after it. Bulldogs still able to hold on to the puck. It's Swade with a bid. Toe drag shot gets blocked by the hand of Pretorius. As this is smashed out of the zone. Bannister sends it around the cage as it slides all the way to the neutral zone. Here come the Terriers over the line. A backhand pass from the stick of Dwornkowicz. Tangled up low, it's Stefelski, who finds Swade, will pick up the pace. His pass turned over. Now a chance for Smilowitz. This is chopped down, and Sorensen will dump it in deep. Stefelski by himself to the slot. Picked up by Olsen. Clark to Amsbaugh, drops it off for Summers. Back to Amsbaugh. A feed to Loretto, out of his reach. Summers back for O'Hannison. Loretto off to the side, and Summers gets knocked into the boards. O'Hannison in tight, backhands back up top. Clark will keep it in. Send it in towards Patton, but wide and settles in the corner. Round for Summers. Trying to find Amsbaugh in front for the deflection. Loretto across for Clark. Swapping with Summers, will drive hard. Wrist shot blocked in front. The rebound can't be found. And it's rotated all the way out. Bernard will stop the icing and decide just to continue play. And the clock rolled down. Am's ball across. Stick checked was Clark. As it was Ken Bagley was able to stop that shot. Summers to O'Hannison. Ran into his teammate. Over the line. Hiram again off sides. 14:31 left to go here in the third period.
Things considered, might be the best 5-minute stretch we've seen from the Terriers in this game, which has been pretty good defensively. They've transitioned well a couple times. They just haven't gotten any clean looks at Bernard in net.
Whaley with a drive up head for Vellucci. And swiping it back was Patton. Off the boards and out. Recovering is O'Hannison. Whaley with a play to Reel. Drops it back for Vellucci. Off the boards and down. Vellucci turning and spinning. Back out of the zone. Whaley look to make a play. Reel will dish it to Deeb as he skates down the wing. Reel with a shot, just put it wide. Bulldogs thought they had coverage there. And it was Lucas Deeb who's set to pass back to the blue line. Nobody there for him.
A little curious where, I believe O'Hannison is the player that would have been manning that spot. A little curious where he rotated to that left it open. It's either O'Hannison or Whaley, as those are the two defenders.
Saney to Lovasek. Stolen at center. Going across for Pretorius. Up and around. Bernard makes the play quickly. Able to start the breakout himself. Saney galloping down. Lovasek across for Saney. Popped up into the air. Gloved away by Patton as he gets a shoulder tap from his teammates.
If Saney would have slapped that out of the air and in, I might have left. That would have been absolutely absurd out of Saney just to, I mean, even just to attempt dribbling that out of the air and in.
Bannister across for Lovasek. Down to Saney. A great play. Pad save from Patton. Saney to Bannister. Back to Saney. Driving. Shoots. And it's gobbled up. I like when they dish the puck off to Saney. He's a smart shooter and is able to find space wherever he is on the ice.
We talk about Amsbaugh using his size. Saney does that as well, but in the opposite fashion, almost hiding himself from defenders at times and then just finding the right place to sit and wait for the one-time feed.
Bannister using his speed. Motors through. It is shut down before he can get into shooting position. This is gloved by Malika. Borkowicz to the slot, taken down. Off to the side, picking up the pieces is Saney. 3-on-2 for the Bulldogs. Malika in the middle. True to the net, and he puts it wide. A piece of lumber goes flying in the air. Bumped over. Saney with a one-time shot. It's stopped by Patton. He was all alone. Loretto to Lovasek. Shoots. It's kept out by Patton. Back to the point. Loretto takes a stumble. Got to watch out for the ice monster there.
It was that loose twig, actually, that went flying all the way back. It was on the blue line. He stumbled over it.
See, I couldn't see it from here because the monitor was in my way.
I didn't see it at first during the initial fall, but he kicked it, and it ended up spinning into line of sight.
I have no idea how it got from the face-off circle all the way up to the blue line.
I'm not sure, but in lacrosse they call it a yard sale when you just absolutely send the stick flying.
I would say that's a good way to describe it. Tefelsky, cross ice for Swade. Not in reach. Carter driving his way in. Off the boards, down low. Backhand shot kept out by Bernard. Off the boards and out. Tefelsky takes the shoulder in front of the scorer's table. It'll pop out for Tefelsky as he's racing to it with Sullivan. Now 1-on-2. Tipped by Bowman. Free for Whaley. As he'll use his speed to take some open ice. There's a burst of energy from Whaley going coast to coast. Summers off for Amsball down low. Summers, Amsball across. There's a shot and a glove save on Whaley. Patton will get it with the glove. And just a reminder that all ACTV broadcasts are fully student ran, which is a good time to shout out our crew for today, staying late to begin their December break. Of course, myself, Alex Herman, and Sean Whitmer. We have Alexander Grove, Dakota Clift, Keegan Wade, and Josiah Durrell, as students call the shots around here quite literally. Here's Amsball with a turning shot, just goes wide. The signal for high stick, and O'Hannison tries to go upstairs, is shut down by the glove of Patton.
Yeah, and going back to that, of course, also get a lot of opportunities to do social media content, and all of that content is created by the students as well. So, of course, you usually doing dog talks. I get the opportunity to interview athletes around campus in a one-on-one setting for Bulldog Minute, and then some challenge videos coming out periodically.
Fun to get good interactions with our great student athletes. Got the opportunity to have some of these NCAA hockey players give me some fun words and phrases a few short weeks ago, which was a good challenge for me. We got some good feedback from our Bulldog audience. Whaley with a point drive, sticked away by Patton. Canceled out, now to the top of the circle. This is back over, and Bowman wins the race. It's icing with the faceoff heading back to our left.
Been a little bit of a quieter period for the Bulldogs so far, as haven't tallied anything on the goal category, and also only 13 shots on goal so far. They're letting it eat. It's just getting blocked a lot more in this period than it has in periods past.
No reason to do anything fancy, too. I'm sure they're just working on their offensive plays and seeing what kind of creative things they can come up with. Similar to our ACTV students coming up with creative videos. Back in front of the bench, it is Carter Reel who will scoop it up. Takes it back and rushing all alone, goes 1-on-3. A great move, gets around the defense and sends it back towards the front, trying to find Vellucci. This will bounce around. Deeb will grab it along the half wall, across for Malika. Now to Bannister, wide open, shoots, and a stick save made right off the top of the knob from Patton. Again, it's Deeb. A faked shot, Malika lets it go. The rebound in front off the initial save. Bannister with fancy footwork, trying to find options up ice, and paddle down is Patton. They'll get the whistle. 8:02 left to go here in the third period.
Be interesting to see how this goes remainder of the period for the Terriers, as This period's really been a dogfight between these two teams.
It took me a second to realize what you were saying. There's an in-tight shot. Bernard with the save. Had to look alive there. Don't know if he was expecting it or not.
Don't feel too bad. That's the second time I've worked that reference in 2 games. And last night I said it's been a dog fight, but the Terriers are trying to win the dog war.
I'm going to get another dog pun in here. Don't you worry. It's going to happen. Here's a dump in from the Terriers as Bernard will stop it. Clark behind the net. Out to the top in Troon. Looks and is able to find Whaley. He will lead it for Lovasek. Now to the backhand. Gets stopped in open ice. Troon leaps out with a stick, but can't keep it in.
It looks like an official is going to go fetch a loose twig.
Yep, you got me there. You got me. See, I was hoping mine would present itself a little bit earlier. It just hasn't yet, but I know it's going to happen. Here's Stefelski with speed. A good move, poked off his stick from Cole Mitchell. O'Hannison throws it towards the net. Goes over the top of everybody's head. Back to play it is Bowman. A long pass trying to find Sorensen. Bowman turns it over. Quick shot there, wide to the pad of Bernard. Sorensen, a saucer to Swade. He's got space. Swade is in, and he's stopped. Taken out. Always very scary when you see stuff like that, and luckily he was able to protect himself into the boards.
It was a great breakout by Swade, trying to capitalize on a good opportunity, as he had a couple yesterday and couldn't capitalize. That might have been his best look of the series. Visibly frustrated over on the bench area after that one.
Jake Swade, always a hungry forward for this Bulldogs squad. Of course, you don't really necessarily need the goal at this point, but always want to score, and you see how bad he wants it all the time. As a blocker save just barely stays out, rolls over the line. A great play right in front of the nets. Am's ball is flexed into the corner. Summers is able to poke it free. Over the line are the Terriers. Playing the bounce is Bernard. Malika back around the cage. Am's ball to Summers. Across from O'Hannison. Shoots! It's wide. The rebound. Down low to Summers. Catch and release. His shot is patted away by Patton. Gloved by Summers. Plays it back to the far side wall. Less than 5 to go here in the third period. Up the kick plate to Summers. Off the iron, and it stays out. Oh, that one rung through the building. That was there and gone in a hurry.
Yeah, that had a high pitch to it off the iron. Almost whistling through the arena.
We do have a scoring update, too. Our women's NCAA team getting the split with the Gustavus Adolphus. A nice 2-0 win for them to round out their weekend. So shout out to our Lady Dogs, who we'll see here later this month. Loretto takes a look. It's Whaley who fires it wide, bouncing off the end wall. We'll recollect it up top. Reel, a spin move, now to the front. Shoots, and it's stopped by Patton, caught it up high. This Bulldog team just does not stop shooting.
You missed my dog whistle reference, and I'm a little bit upset by it. As I know you're reacting to something else. I'm not going to say it, but you can if you'd like to update the folks at home.
I think you should do it. Hey, Sean, what are the shots right now?
The Bulldogs have a number, and the Terriers have 8 shots on goal so far in this game.
What is the number for the Bulldogs, Sean? You might only have a couple more seconds to say it, Sean. Might as well do it.
67.
Nice.
Just a nice?
That's all I can do from here in the booth. Very nice. Lovasek snaps his twig on the pass. Hitting the weight room clearly as he gets a new stick back from the bench. Bowman to Troon, who finds Saney on the wing. His first shot blocked, the second one shouldered away by Patton. Malika turns up, jumped over the stick of Whaley. Lovasek will slap for this, a toe drag in a phone booth. Down low to Troon, the one touch back towards the front, and Saney never could get the shot off. Saney to Whaley, pulls around, sticked away from him. Malika will chase it back down the ice as the Terriers make a full line change. Malika to Saney. Sorensen to Troon. Back for Sorensen. Malika with a heavy 1T, and it just goes wide. Whaley with a drive, and it's gloved down.
That stick snapping in half by Lovasek over there was a little oddity. He just made a simple pass. Looked almost like he bit it in half before the play.
Tefelsky will push this back off the face-off. Loretto gets danced around. Driving is Olsen. He's taken down. No call there. Sorensen to Loretto. Now to Clark. Swade to Tefelsky. Cross for Swade. That's rink wide. It's juxtaposed to Loretto. Fed to Tefelsky, now to Clark. Thought pass instead of shot there and resulted in a turnover. But he'll get it right back and leads it up for Tefelsky, who's got some open room. Now to the wing, across, a great play, and they score! Tic-tac-toe, and Swade finds it.
Yeah, right place, right time for the Bulldogs as Jake Swade crashed the doghouse on the back door and just buried it home.
I'm just going to audibly sigh. Sigh.
You missed my last 2 references,
I
so
did.
I had to make
I
that
did.
one more obvious for you.
I did. Here's Amsbaugh with less than 90 seconds. Oh, a great move from number 34. Summers shoots, and it's off the glove and wide. Around for Amsbaugh. Will hold it underneath the line. Now to the front, off the post and in. Summers gets another one.
Just a phenomenal placement by Summers, tapping it on as much iron as he can as he buried that one home. There's 67 seconds left in this game now, too.
I'm just going to let you have your moment at this point. I give up. 60 seconds left to go in semester number 1. Bulldogs looking to close out the weekend.
That's an unfortunate icing call if you're the Terriers there. You dump it in and unable to chase after it with enough pace to turn around and chase it down.
Lucas Deeb with some great movement, but he coughs it up. Gets tangled, and Bowman will help him out. 30 seconds left. Bellucci will skate it over the Bruiser head at the middle of the ice. Off to the boards. A hard hit there as Deeb will take it. Reel shoves it on net, and it's stopped by Patton. 70 shots again on the day. Bowman to Reel. Whaley to Bowman will walk it back. And Bowman with a good move. 2 seconds. And for the first time since January of 14th in 2023, Jackson Bernard with a win on the day. And it is an 8-save shutout. His first collegiate shutout of his Adrian College career. How about that for the senior?
Yeah, and this Bulldogs team is really just scratching the surface with everything they've been able to do this year. They've got a tough schedule ahead of them, but I don't think that they're looking there. I think they're going to celebrate this one and then worry about that tomorrow and moving forward from there.
Well, the Bulldogs hit 70 shots both days in this series. That is a lot of rubber for the Hiram goaltenders, who did really all that they could and made some solid saves in there in the process. And just it's hard to say too much other than that, because the Bulldogs kept it fair. You know, wasn't anything crazy from them, and just played a full 120 minutes of hockey today and yesterday, and the results show yesterday 10-0, today 8-0, and not bad for these Dogs as they close out the fall semester.
Yeah, and the Terriers played better than it looked on the box score. They showed a lot of heart and a lot of fight up and down the ice, really just trying to stay competitive all the way through. But in such a young program with such a young team, sometimes it's hard to battle uphill as much as they had to in this series. They showed a lot of heart, and I'm sure that we will be hearing a lot more from this team as time goes on.
So we'll wait a couple of seconds to see who our 3 stars of the game are going to be, and I hope they give it to Jackson Bernard, or at least one of the stars. I imagine they will.
Based on what I'm seeing so far, it looks like there's only one player standing ready for the 3 stars. Of course, first star last night was Anthony Malika, and Bernard is walking back to the locker room, so I don't think he's getting it, but also there's only 2 players standing there right now, so not sure who the 3rd member will be. Can't even make out the numbers on the 2 that are over there currently. As here comes the 3rd Bulldog now, so figure out what order they go in, but I'd imagine Summers is going to be in contention for the first star, getting 2 goals on today's contest and playing up and down the ice quite often. Ian Amsbaugh should be in contention as well.
Now it is time for the Jordan Raw 3 stars of the game. Today's stars are all from
So Nathaniel Bannister, the third star, 3 assists today, had some points yesterday, so good for the freshman to stay on the board. Ian Amsbaugh with another fantastic game today. Lovasek with the first star for today. I would agree with those picks. I would throw Bernard in there just because, and I know that his teammates will be very, very excited and happy for him. A guy who's extremely hardworking, does the right things, is a great teammate and a very good friend. So shout out to Jackson Bernard for his first college shutout. We'll look ahead to our schedule upcoming for these Bulldogs. They'll take just about 2.5 weeks off here in December for a little bit of a break, and then right back bright and early to begin the month of January. They have a home game on January the 2nd at 3 o'clock versus Aurora University. They will then travel to Chicago to play Aurora on the 4th, and then they're back on the road on the 8th and 9th. Those games are at Trine University and the USA National Development Team. Both of those starts will be at 7 p.m. End of the month of January, it's all NCHA from there on out. Lake Forest, Dubuque, St. Norbert, Concordia, Wisconsin, and then a home-and-home with trying to wrap up the season in the second week of February. Tough games for the Bulldogs up ahead, but good wins over the past couple of weeks as they head into their break.
Yeah, and they played really hard today despite, winning big yesterday. They still came in and they played their hearts out. We do have a quick correction on stats. Dropped 1 shot on goal, so it became 69 for the Bulldogs instead of the 70 we had mentioned earlier. But they played hard, they played fast, and I think they started, as you mentioned, trying some things out there late, trying to get an understanding of what they can do with this offense throughout the months of January and get a clear understanding of what the game plan is.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with testing things out. Got some players in the lineup who look to get some more ice time, a good opportunity for them, but all around a great 2 days of hockey for these NCAA Dogs as they finish out the fall semester. Well, from us, we won't see you guys for quite some time here on ACTV. We have a women's game on the 31st of December to round out the month. That will be against Trine right here at the Arrington Ice Arena, and then it's into 2026. So
next ACTV broadcast will be December 17th, I believe. It'll be a men's basketball broadcast, but it's
here
basketball for the rest of the month, and then Arrington Ice Arena is
one more
returning on December 31st, but a lot of basketball still to come.
Yes.
So,
but for our men's NCAA viewers, we will not see you for the rest of 2025. We hope you have a good holiday, rest up, enjoy some time with family, and we'll see you in 2026. Alex Herman and Sean Whitmer signing off for 2025. You've been watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.